Sophia dismissed the suggestion with a wave of her hand. Oh, please. I have the hearing of a Springer Spaniel. Look, Ma, Dorothy said, her patience thinning. I am concerned. You out, please? Sophia began to laugh again. A high-pitched, rhythmic sound. What are you laughing at? Dorothy asked, exasperated. I am sorry, Sophia gasped. I thought you said I am Mothra. Giant radioactive insect. Re. I didn't, Ma, Dorothy said flatly. Sophia shrugged. Too bad. It was a good impression. Ma, Dorothy started again, but Sophia interrupted. Come on, Dorothy. I am kidding. I read that flyer you brought home. Every time you get a pamphlet, I get that disease. And not just diseases. I thought for a while. The door opened and Blanche Devereaux, the southern belle of the house, glided in with her usual flair. Hi, Sophia, she chirped. Hello, Sophia replied. Rose stood up, holding a small envelope. Dorothy, I picked up Charlie's pictures. Oh, these must be from his last trip to Florida. He went there every spring to discuss sales. They gathered around the dining table as Rose began to slide the glossy photos out. Oh, look, here he is at Gator World, Rose said, pointing to a man standing near a swamp. And here he is touring the Miami suburbs. She paused, her smile faltering as she looked at the next picture. And here he is in Blanche's bed. The room went cold. Rose's hand trembled as she held the photograph. And here he is. Wait, here in her bed. Oh no, don't tell me he met Blanche and slept with her. Blanche's jaw dropped. Oh now wait, I am sure he didn't sleep with Blanche, Dorothy said, trying to find a logical explanation. Rose was inconsolable. Well, how about this picture? She demanded. Well, Dorothy stammered, just because a man is in Blanche's bed doesn't mean. So a guy makes one mistake. There has to be an explanation. Honey, why don't we ask Blanche? Dorothy suggested. Rose shook her head violently. Oh, I cannot talk to Blanche. When I am upset, everything comes out. I don't have your quick wit, your conversation skills, your way with words. Dorothy offered. Words, thank you, Rose said. I would probably end up calling her a slut. Dorothy winced. Oh, honey, slut is a little harsh. Blanche isn't that bad. Suddenly, Blanche walked into the room, leaning heavily on the furniture. Oh my God, I can barely walk, she moaned. Dorothy looked at Rose. Although slut does have a documentary feel to it, she whispered. What? Blanche asked, noticing their stares. Oh, Rose, I am sore because I was using your exocycle. Rose pointed a finger at the photograph. I am talking about this picture. Blanche leaned in to look. Oh my God, where did you find this? Oh, I am so embarrassed. My hair, it looks like a helmet. Blanche, Dorothy said sternly. It is all bunched up and pointy. Honey, you gotta burn this. I look like the Rocketeer. Blanche, forget about your hair, Dorothy yelled. That is Rose's husband with you. Blanche looked closer, her eyes widening. No, I never met Charlie. Rose's voice rose to a shrill pitch. You not only met him, you slept with him just like you sleep with everybody. I most certainly do not. Blanche retorted, her southern pride wounded. Oh come on, Blanche, Dorothy chimed in. You have landed on your back more than the American gladiators. Blanche gasped. You just watch your mouth, Rose. I may be a social person, but I am certainly discerning. Discerning? Rose cried. Blanche, you have been under more than. Oh now, Rose, Dorothy said, trying to intervene, don't drag me into this. A nautical toilet, Rose finished, her anger bubbling over. Well, that does it, Rose, Blanche said, her voice trembling with indignation. Now you have just gone too far. I don't know how he got into my room, but I can promise you I do not go to bed with men who wear wedding bands. What if he took it off? Rose challenged. Then I would see the tan line, Blanche countered. What if he was from Minnesota and had no tan? Rose asked. Blanche scoffed. So he is not good enough for you? Rose's eyes filled with tears. Listen, my Charlie was 6'2" and broad-shouldered and apparently had about as much taste in women as other men with flawed choosing skills. Sophia walked back into the room. Hi, Ma. Hi, Ma. Aha. Sophia shouted. What aha? Dorothy asked. You didn't hear that, Sophia said triumphantly. Actually, I was just trying to be polite, Dorothy said. But since you brought it up, excuse you. Ma, you didn't hear that. Now face it, you cannot hear high frequencies. Why cannot you be honest about what is happening to you? Why do you insist on becoming feeble? Feeble? Sophia stood tall, despite her small stature. Now you listen, Dorothy. I may not have your gift for word jumbles or your ability to float or your way of making small children weep. But, thank you, Dorothy cut in. But there's one thing I do have. What is that, Ma? 2,000 shares of Xerox, which I bought at my health. I have got my health. Listen, Ma, Dorothy said, her voice becoming firm. I made an appointment for you for 2 o'clock this afternoon. Either you go and get your hearing checked or I will make life miserable for you. Sophia groaned. Oh, come on. You said the exact same things to me before you took me to Shady Pines. Pretty up. Later that afternoon, the house was filled with a thick, uncomfortable silence. Dorothy found Rose sitting alone in the kitchen, staring into space. Rose? Rose, don't talk to me, Rose snapped. Don't try to cheer me up. Just leave me alone. I am angry, and I am gonna stay angry. Dorothy sat down beside her. Dorothy, it just doesn't make sense, Rose said. Why was Charlie with that tramp if he didn't sleep with her? Now come on, Dorothy said gently. Blanche may be a little loose, but she is not a tramp. Blanche entered the room carrying a stack of journals. Okay, here they are. The names of all the men I have dated since my husband died. Dorothy looked at the books. What do you know? The tramp keeps records. Blanche ignored the remark. Dorothy, most of the men in these pages just fantasized about going to bed with me. Now, what do the gold stars mean? Rose asked, looking over her shoulder. What? Blanche asked. What do the silver stars mean? Rose pressed. Blanche sighed. I ran out of gold stars. Wait a minute, Rose said, picking up one of the books. If you didn't sleep with any of the men in these journals, then how come it says bed on the cover? Blanche smiled patiently. Oh, that doesn't say bed. Right there it does, Rose pointed. Oh, silly. Those are my initials. Blanche Elizabeth Devereaux. Your initials spell bed? Rose asked, her jaw dropping. I am going to prove to you I am not a sexually indiscriminate person. Blanche insisted. Dorothy looked at the page. Well, her name isn't Bed. Says right there you slept with a traveling salesman. In fairness, Dorothy added, it says that on her license plate. Oh my God. Blanche gasped, looking at the entry. There. Chuck. A traveling salesman named Chuck. Oh my God. Oh, Rose, I am so sorry. I did. It is right there in the diary. I must have slept with your husband, Charlie. The room was heavy with the weight of the confession. A short while later, Dorothy returned from the doctor's office with Sophia. Oh, so what is the news? Blanche asked. How did the hearing test come out? Tell her what the... Ma is fine, okay? Dorothy said, her face flushed with embarrassment. And? Sophia prompted. I need a hearing aid, all right? Dorothy shouted. I took the test just to show her there was nothing to it, and it turns out I have a slight hearing loss. And get this, it is inherited and it skips a generation. Skips a generation. Yahoo! Sophia cheered. Oh, not true, Dorothy groaned. You are just going to gloat about this, aren't you? This is nothing but a big victory for you. Look, I am not going to get a hearing aid, and that is all there is to it, Dorothy declared. But, Dorothy, Rose said, you are the one who has been talking about aging with dignity. Not for me, Dorothy cried. For her. I mean, look at her. The woman is hundreds of years old. She should be carbon dated. But, Dorothy, if the doctor said. Rose began. Look, I really don't want to hear this, Dorothy interrupted. Oh, Rose. Rose, what are you doing? Rose had turned her back on Blanche. Oh, she cannot face me, Blanche said sadly. She has been doing this all day. Hey, Rose, you know I said I am sorry. Cannot you put yourself in my position? Rose turned slightly. Apparently, I am not limber enough, she said. Sophia chuckled. That was good. Blanche, Rose continued, I know what happened between you and Charlie happened before you ever knew me. And I know I shouldn't be so angry, but I am, and I just cannot help it. Come on, take it easy, Rose, Dorothy said. How can I? Rose asked. What do you think this makes me feel like? What? Sophia asked. She said, what do you think this makes me feel like? Dorothy repeated. Out of the park, game over, I am going to Disneyland, Sophia joked. How come she gets to go to Disneyland? Rose looked at Dorothy. Rose, Dorothy needs a hearing aid, but she won't get one because she's afraid she will feel old. Dorothy sighed. I don't get it. When did I become my parents' age? I remember being 20 years old and worrying that if I didn't spend the holidays at home, I might never see them again.